Their own decision is hurting them. What your person is feeling right now. There is a strange kind of pain that doesn't come from betrayal, rejection, or loss. It comes from choice. From knowing that what hurts you most is something you chose yourself. And that is exactly where your person is right now. They are not suffering because you abandoned them. They are not suffering because you disappeared without explanation. They are suffering because they made a decision that went against their own heart. And now they have to live inside the consequences. Subscribe now to Psych Secrets and be part of a journey where every video inspires you to see life with a new perspective. 1. They thought the decision would bring peace. It didn't. When they made that choice, they told themselves a story. This is for the best. This is the logical thing to do. This will stop the confusion. This will make life easier. At the time, the decision felt clean, felt like control, felt like relief. But peace doesn't come from silence when the heart is still loud. Now, instead of peace, they feel a low, constant tension inside them. Not dramatic, not explosive, just heavy. The kind of heaviness that follows them into quiet moments, into empty rooms, into nights where distractions no longer work. They didn't escape pain, they delayed it, and delayed pain often comes back deeper. 2. They are arguing with themselves every day. Outwardly, they may look normal, functional, even confident, but inside, they are constantly having the same argument. Did I do the right thing? Was I too afraid? Did I give up too early? Why doesn't this feel like freedom? They replay conversations. They reinterpret moments. They overanalyze words that once felt small but now feel significant. And here's the painful truth. They are not debating what happened. They are debating who they were when they chose. Because deep down they know that decision did not come from strength. It came from fear, pressure, confusion, or emotional exhaustion. And that realization hurts more than missing you. 3. They miss you in quiet, unromantic ways. They don't always miss you dramatically. They miss you practically, in small pauses, in moments no one sees, in situations that don't look romantic from the outside. They miss the way you made things feel simpler, the version of themselves they were around you, the ease they didn't realize was rare, the emotional safety they took for granted. Sometimes they don't even miss you directly. They miss how life felt when you were there. And that's the most confusing kind of longing, because it sneaks in without asking permission. 4. Their pride is fighting their regret. Right now, two forces are at war inside them. Pride says, "You made your choice. Stick to it." Regret whispers, "But it doesn't feel right anymore." Pride wants to protect their identity. Regret wants to be honest. Admitting the pain would mean admitting they were wrong, admitting they were scared, admitting they misunderstood what truly mattered. And that's terrifying, especially for someone who wants to believe they are strong, rational, or emotionally in control. So instead of reaching out, they stay silent. Instead of fixing things, they endure them. Not because they don't care, but because their ego is bruised. 5. They feel the loss even if they won't admit it. Loss doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it shows up as irritation for no clear reason, emotional numbness, restlessness, a strange emptiness after achievements, a lack of excitement about things that used to matter. They may tell themselves they're fine, but fine is not fulfilled. Fine is not at peace. Fine is not happy. They notice something missing, and the more they try to ignore it, the louder it becomes. Because the heart doesn't forget what felt real. 6. They are realizing what you meant, too late or just in time. There is a moment that comes after distance, a moment where clarity replaces confusion, and they are slowly entering that stage. They are beginning to understand why your presence mattered, why the connection felt different, why moving on hasn't been easy, why no replacement feels the same. This isn't obsession. This is comparison through experience. They now know the difference between comfort and connection, attention and understanding, attraction and emotional depth, and that knowledge came at a cost. 7. They are afraid to face you even in their mind. They imagine seeing you again, not in fantasy, but in reality. They imagine what you'd say, how calm you might be, how changed you might seem, how unavailable you might feel now. And that scares them, because the possibility that you've grown beyond them hurts more than the decision they made. They are afraid you are no longer waiting, afraid you are no longer emotionally open, afraid they lost their place in your life. And fear freezes people. 8. They feel the weight of responsibility. This pain isn't something they can blame on you, and that's the hardest part. There's no villain, no clear excuse, no one to point fingers at, just themselves. That kind of pain matures a person, but it also humbles them. They are learning that avoidance has consequences. Silence is also a decision. Letting go doesn't erase attachment. Emotional shortcuts lead to emotional debt. And now the bill has arrived. 9. They are growing, but growth hurts. You may not see it. You may not hear from them. But internally they are changing. Pain caused by others hardens you. Pain caused by yourself awakens you. They are learning what they truly value, what they were afraid to confront, what they cannot run from anymore, what love actually requires. Whether they come back or not, this experience will mark them permanently, because self-inflicted loss leaves deep lessons. 10. What this means for you. Here's what matters most. Their pain does not mean you should wait. Their regret does not mean you should pause your life. Their realization does not obligate you to return. Their journey is theirs. Your only responsibility is to stay grounded, protect your peace, grow beyond needing their realization to validate your worth. If they come back, it should be with humility, not confusion. If they don't understand this, they will carry the lesson of you long after the moment has passed. Some people don't lose you when you leave. They lose you when they realize you were the part of their life that made everything else make sense. Final truth. Right now, your person is hurting, not because of what happened to them, but because of what they chose. And sometimes the most powerful closure is knowing that the lesson arrived, even if the reunion never does. Subscribe now to Psych Secrets and be part of a journey where every video inspires you to see life with a new perspective.